You don't need permission to rise. You don't need applause to begin. And you definitely don't need comfort to move. What you need is truth. And truth doesn't beg. It breaks. It exposes. It burns the lies that have kept you quiet, soft, and invisible. So let's start here. You're not tired. You're underused. You're not broken. You're just buried. And today, we dig because whether the world claps or not, whether your past agrees or not, whether fear likes it or not, there's something inside you that refuses to stay asleep. And that something was not born of man. It was lit by God. Wake up, sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Ephesians 5:14. That's not a quote. That's a command, a call to get off the floor, to shake off the excuses, to stop rehearsing weakness like it's identity. You've been spoken over long enough. Now it's time to speak over yourself, because no one else is coming to push you. You are the push. You are the permission. You are the fire. So move, not when it feels good. Now, not when they believe in you. Now, not when the fear leaves. Now, God, I don't need a perfect moment. I need holy urgency. Burn away every excuse I've built around my calling. Strip me of hesitation, of doubt, of the lie that says, maybe tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Only now, only this moment, only this breath, this chance to tear down the version of yourself that fear built and raise up the one faith designed. Do not be casual with your assignment. Do not be polite with your potential. You think you have time. Time is a liar. It promises later while stealing today, and today is all you have. This minute, this movement, this holy push forward. So go. Walk like your future depends on it, because it does. Train like generations are watching, because they are. Pray like heaven is leaning in, because it is. And when your body screams, stop. When the mirror shows nothing changing. When silence convinces you no one sees, God sees. He saw you when you quit the last time. He sees you rising now. And he says, go again. Lord, I won't wait for motivation. I will move in obedience. Not because I feel ready, but because you've already said I'm chosen. I am not waiting for a crown to walk like a king. I am not waiting for comfort to act like I'm covered. Let the fire come. Let the fatigue hit. Let the resistance grow, because I'm done backing down when it gets hard. I'm done bowing to the voice that tells me to wait. I'm done treating this life like it's optional. You woke me up this morning. That means you still have plans for me. And I refuse to waste that breath. So with fire in my lungs and dirt on my knees, I move. I speak. I train. I war. No more pacing the sidelines. No more self-doubt disguised as humility. No more overthinking my way into nothing. This is not a season for timid prayers. This is not a moment for passive faith. This is war. And I'm not hiding. I'm not hesitating. I'm not half-stepping through the mission you gave me. The kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. Matthew 11:12. Let that be me. Let me be violent in my pursuit of what is good, violent in my rejection of laziness, violent in how I protect the fire you placed in me. No more polite faith, no more plastic passion. I want raw hunger, unapologetic movement, unshakable discipline. Because I've tasted average and it made me sick. I've touched potential and it burned too bright to ignore. Now it's time to build, to sweat, to kneel, to rise, to stop asking, what if I fail, and start declaring, even if I do, I'll get back up. Because I'm not made of what hurt me. I'm made of what called me. And you called me, God. So here I am, breathing deeper, standing taller, moving forward with nothing held back. Slow it down, strip it back, feel the silence. Now ask yourself, is your life ruled by feeling or by focus? Because there comes a point in every warrior's journey where fire must become form, where adrenaline fades and structure carries, where the high of motivation dies and the habit of discipline rises. That point is where most people quit. But you're not most people. You've already buried too much to stop now. You've walked through too much silence to let noise define your next move. So be still and build. This is the chapter where you learn to train without applause, to show up without fireworks, to love routine more than reward. The world is addicted to rush, but the Spirit speaks in rhythm. In quietness and trust shall be your strength. Isaiah 30:15. Not in hype, not in pressure, not in urgency manufactured by fear. In quietness, in clarity, in the deep, slow mastery of your own soul. So stop performing for attention. Start building for legacy. Father, help me fall in love with the process. Let me not be moved by dopamine, but by design. I don't want to be emotionally driven. I want to be eternally aligned. And that means order. That means structure. That means calendars, checklists, sleep, hydration, reading, prayer, reps in the gym, reps in the Word, reps in the silence. No more chaos labeled as passion. No more burnout disguised as hustle. No more impulse disguised as freedom. Freedom isn't doing whatever you feel. Freedom is training your feelings to serve your mission. You say you want to grow. Then make your life a system that produces growth. Day after day. Small, boring, holy. Because you can't rebuke the spirit of laziness and then wake up without a plan. You can't command demons to flee, but stay married to distraction. You can't shout breakthrough while defending broken patterns. If you want to walk in power, you need to walk in order. Let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians 14:40. That includes your mind, your morning, your relationships, your scroll habits, your sleep. God, bring my life into alignment. Not just my dreams, my decisions. Not just my vision, my habits. Teach me to love the slow, repetitive building of something holy. Teach me to worship in the repetition, to find your presence in the ordinary, to stop needing every day to feel like a revival. Revival is what happens when you built a container that doesn't leak. So today I will build quietly, consistently, precisely. No loud declarations, no dramatic goals, just the humble grind of one who has nothing to prove and everything to become. Let me sweat in silence. Let me move in patterns no one sees. Let my mind become sharp through repetition. Because I'm not looking for a moment. I'm building momentum. And that doesn't come through hype. It comes through mastery. Let others chase applause. Let them jump from one passion to the next. Let them burn out loud. As for me, I'll rise quiet. I'll move measured. I'll build daily. And I'll let the results preach louder than my promises. So if today feels slow, good. That means the foundation is being poured. That means the roots are going deeper. That means the show is over. And the becoming has begun. There is a war inside you. And the most dangerous voice you will ever face is not the critic on the outside. It's the whisper in your own head. The voice that says, you're not ready. You're too late. You always quit. The voice that wears your memories like armor and your failures like facts. But let's make something clear. That voice is not you. It's the echo of fear trying to survive its own expiration date. It's the leftover static from a version of you that no longer exists. And it's time to silence it. You don't owe your old self an explanation. You owe your future self a breakthrough. So when that voice comes back, when it says, don't bother, you say back, watch me. When it says, you failed before, you say, I'm not that person anymore. When it says, who do you think you are? You answer, exactly who God says I am. For God gave us not a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1-7. So let's talk to the fear. Let's confront the critic. Let's face the failure, eye to eye. Father, I've been bullied by my own thoughts long enough. I've given the voice of insecurity too much room to speak. Today, I take that space back. Today, I break the agreement I made with fear. I am not my past. I am not my doubts. I am not the lowest moment I've ever had. I am the comeback. I am the proof that failure doesn't define finality. I am the testimony being written right now. And no, I may not feel worthy. I may not feel ready. But faith is not about feelings. It's about choosing truth, even when your mind rebels against it. So I choose it. I choose to believe that I am becoming, even when I don't see it yet, even when my body is tired, even when my brain pulls up the highlight reel of all my past mistakes, I choose to speak louder. God, remind me that the voice of truth doesn't shout. It whispers. It stays steady. It never accuses. It always invites. And the invitation today is simple. Rise again. Even after all that, especially after all that, because what breaks most people is what builds warriors. What traumatizes the flesh trains the spirit. What humbles the ego prepares the soul. You don't become strong by pretending to be bulletproof. You become strong by learning how to take the hit and keep going. So yes, I've fallen. Yes, I've doubted. Yes, I've listened to lies before, but I'm done giving power to old patterns. I'm done agreeing with the inner critic. I'm done kneeling to a voice that never had authority in the first place. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. 2 Corinthians 10-4, that includes mental strongholds, insecurity, self-hatred, comparison, perfectionism, overthinking. I tear them down now. And in their place, I build truth. I am loved. I am chosen. I am disciplined. I am dangerous to the darkness. Father, train my inner world to match the strength you've put in my spirit. Let my thoughts be aligned with heaven. Let my focus be locked in like a lion. Let the chatter die and clarity rise. This is no longer a debate. It's a declaration. I will not be ruled by invisible enemies anymore. I will not shrink when resistance shows up. I will not abandon myself in the name of self-protection, because this is my mind, and I command it to submit to discipline, to vision, to truth. Let the old voice fade. Let the new rhythm rise. Let the false self crumble. And let the real me, the called one, the focused one, the one heaven has been waiting on, stand tall in the silence. It's quiet here. Not the kind of quiet that soothes, the kind that confronts, the kind that forces you to feel what you've been running from, the kind that asks hard questions with no quick answers, the kind of silence that stares back. Welcome to the middle. This is the space no one posts about. No fire, no fury, just fog. And yet, this is where most of your transformation happens, because here there is no performance, no crowd, no soundtrack, just you and God, and the darkness between who you were and who you're becoming is in this stillness that the lies get louder. You're not changing. You missed your chance. You will never get out of this. But it's also in this silence that the truth cuts deepest. Not because it shouts, but because it waits and whispers, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 46:10, still, not busy, not proving, not fixing, still. This is the place of confrontation, not with your enemies, but with yourself. And it's terrifying, because in this place, you see your own heart, your patterns, your attachments, your self-justifications, your worn-out excuses. But if you can stay here, if you can breathe here, you'll find what noise has been hiding from you. Clarity, conviction, and Christ. Lord, I'm not asking you to take me out of this silence. I'm asking you to meet me in it. Don't let me escape this too soon. Don't let me cover it with fake movement. Let me sit in the center of this holy discomfort until the old things crack and fall away. This is what dying to self looks like. Not dramatic, not loud, just slow, real, and sacred. Because the deepest growth doesn't feel like fire. It feels like burial. like seed in soil, like hope under pressure, like resurrection being written beneath the surface. You don't need to see it to know it's real. You just need to remain. God, teach me to remain, to trust what you're doing when I can't trace it, to surrender when I'd rather sprint, to stay when my instinct is to run. I'm not asking for answers. I'm asking for endurance. I'm not begging for light. I'm learning how to walk in the dark with you beside me. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalm 23-4, that's the promise. Not escape. Presence. Not avoidance. Alignment. So I'll stay in the valley. Not forever, but for as long as you need to finish the work you're doing in me here. Break me in the places I hide. Empty me of what you never placed in me. Cleanse me of the noise I called identity. And when I rise from this silence, let it not be the same man who entered. Let it be someone lighter, sharper, clearer, truer. Because even here, especially here, you are not far. You are the God who whispers in the dark. You are the God who walks on silence. You are the God who wounds to heal, who buries to raise, who humbles to launch. And now I don't resist you anymore. So take what needs to go. Strip what no longer serves. Finish what you started. Here, in this quiet place, I give you full access. No pretending, no negotiating, just surrender, because this isn't failure. It's formation. It's not the end. It's the deep middle where roots dig low so the future can rise high. So I breathe. I trust. I stay. You didn't break. Not in the way the enemy wanted. Not in the way the pain predicted. Not in the way fear hoped. Yes, you were crushed. Yes, you were bent, but not broken, because something deeper held you, not your willpower, not your routine, but grace, unshakable, invisible grace, the kind that caught you when you collapsed, the kind that whispered in the dark, I'm not finished with you yet. You've been to the bottom. You've seen what silence reveals. And now you rise, not with ego, not with a plan to prove them wrong, but with peace and power, the kind of power that comes from knowing the grave couldn't hold you because God wouldn't leave you there. The righteous may fall 7 times, but they rise again. Proverbs 24-16. You rise not because of what you've done, but because of who he is. And this time, you rise differently. You're not rising to perform. You're not rising to impress. You're rising to walk with purpose, with alignment, with holy clarity. The same things that used to shake you, they no longer own you. They might still speak, but you don't obey them anymore. The shame, you've faced it. The fear, you've walked through it. The doubt, you've wrestled it and found that even there, God is not afraid of your questions. Now, you move with a rhythm that hell cannot interrupt because you've learned how to live from the inside, from the Word, from the Spirit, from the voice that calls you beloved before you lift a finger. Lord, I thank you not just for the mountaintops, but for the valley, for the dark nights that taught me what light really is, for the silence that rewired my hearing, for the stillness that recentered my soul. I don't care what I used to. The guilt, the addiction, the fake smiles, the mask, gone. They fell off in the fire, burned away by grace I didn't earn, replaced by something eternal. Hope, real hope, not the wishful kind, but the kind anchored in heaven. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. Hebrews 6:19, and this hope changes how I walk. I no longer chase applause. I no longer fear silence. I no longer run from healing, because healing isn't always pretty. Sometimes it's loud. Sometimes it's quiet. But it's always worth it. This is what freedom looks like. Not absence of pain, but presence of purpose. Not lack of struggle, but strength to stand in the storm without losing yourself. You are not what happened to you. You are not what they said about you. You are not your darkest day. You are the child who came through. You are the soul God refused to give up on. You are the one who still breathes, because there's more to say, more to build, more to become. So now you rise. You rise without bitterness. You rise without vengeance. You rise without noise, just a quiet fire in your eyes. You're not proving anymore. You're preparing for what's next, for what's yours, for what he's been crafting in the secret place. God, I don't need it all at once. Just give me my daily bread. Just keep my heart aligned. Just walk with me through whatever comes. I'm not afraid of the journey anymore, because I know who walks beside me, and that's enough. This isn't a comeback. This is a continuation. The seed broke open. The roots dug deep. Now it's time to grow. not fast, not flashy, but strong, step by step, word by word, breath by breath. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to post it. Just live it. You've been refined, rebuilt, reborn, and now you walk like it. This is not just survival. This is sacred strength. What you carry now is no longer the weight of your wounds, but the wisdom they birthed, not the chains of your past, but the calling that came through the fire. You were not just saved, you were sent back into the world, not with fear, but with fire. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1-9, and that's the truth you stand on. Not the emotion of the day, not the whispers of doubt, but the steady voice that called you out of the grave and said, live. You don't walk like you used to because you've seen too much. You've felt his presence in places no one knew about. You've cried tears that didn't need an audience. And you've heard him speak in the silence, clearer than any noise this world can make. Now, your feet are planted not in perfection, but in promise, not in control, but in confidence that if he brought you this far, he will not let you fall now. God, I welcome what you have for me, even if it stretches me, even if it scares me, even if it looks nothing like what I imagined, because you are the one writing this story. And you've never wasted a single page. Every detour had direction. Every delay built discipline. Every heartbreak carved out more space for love. So now I walk forward, not chasing validation, but following your voice, not begging for approval, but anchored in your truth. This is what strength in the Spirit looks like. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's not always understood, but it's steady. It's obedient. It's fearless in the face of fear. You don't need everyone to get it. You don't need applause to confirm it, because heaven already approved what he's doing in you. He gave you breath today. That means there's still purpose. He gave you vision. That means there's still territory to take. You're not too late. You're not too old. You're not too broken. You're exactly where the breakthrough begins. Not when it's easy, not when it's obvious, but when you show up anyway with faith in your chest and the word in your mouth. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. They have divine power to demolish strongholds. 2 Corinthians 10-4. You were made for this, not because you're perfect, but because he is, and his spirit in you. It doesn't quit. It doesn't panic. It doesn't run when things get messy. No, it stands, it breathes, it moves mountains one word at a time. So speak. Speak life where others see death. Speak peace where chaos screams. Speak light into the shadows you used to run from. You're not speaking for attention. You're speaking from authority, the kind that hell recognizes and backs off. God, I don't want safe. I want real. I want what's holy. I want what keeps me desperate for you. You've given me a sword, not to attack people, but to cut through lies, to break chains, to silence every voice that said I was finished. And now I know I'm just getting started. The old has passed. The new is rising. And I'm ready to walk in it with no disguise, with no delay, with no apology. Just a fire, just a word, just a yes. You are still here, and that means you are still called to rise, called to walk, called to shine, not with your own light, but with the light that never goes out. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Isaiah 60:1. You've been through the night. You've battled demons no one saw. You've wrestled thoughts that tried to bury you. But look, you're still standing. And not by accident, not by luck, but by grace, grace that held you when no one else could, grace that found you when you didn't know how to pray, grace that whispered, I'm not done with you, when you were ready to quit. So this is the moment, not tomorrow, not next year. Now, because freedom is not found in delay, it's found in decision. The decision to say, yes, Lord, I will go where you send me. Yes, Lord, I will trust you in the unknown. Yes, Lord, I believe there is more, not more noise, not more approval, more purpose, more presence, more of him, and less of what held you back. This is not a return to the old. This is a release into the new. Your identity is not what they did to you. It's not what you lost. It's not the mistakes you regret. It's not the weakness you hide. It's what he declared, chosen, set apart, anointed, protected, prepared. He didn't just save you to sit still. He saved you to move forward with peace in your bones and fire in your eyes. This world doesn't need more perfection. It needs more people who've been healed and aren't afraid to show the scars. Scars that say, I've been there. but grace brought me back. Scars that say the story isn't over, and neither is yours. So go with the quiet confidence of a child who knows the Father walks beside them. Go with prayers that sound like war cries. Go with songs that shake walls no one thought would fall. And when the voice of fear tries to whisper, "Who do you think you are?" you answer, "I am His." When shame tries to drag you back, you lift your head and say, "I'm not going there anymore," because He broke the chains. He opened the gate. He gave you the key. Now walk free. You, Lord, keep my lamp burning. My God turns my darkness into light. Psalm 18:28, the light is in you now. Not because you earned it, but because you received it. So don't hide it. Don't dim it. Don't wait until you feel ready. You're ready when you say yes. Yes to healing. Yes to hope. Yes to Him. Let the fire fall. Let the old burn away. Let what's real rise. No more waiting for perfect conditions. No more waiting for everyone's approval. The time is now. The way is clear. You are not alone. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are walking in promise, fueled by prayer and covered by grace. Now breathe. Now believe. Now begin